Hello, good morning, everyone. You're welcome to this online new members forum meeting. My name is Nasim Vadalia. I am the communications and engagements lead here at the SMP. I will shortly pass this meeting to Dorothea, who is the chair. But before I do that, I just wanted to run a few housekeeping notes. And just to let you know that this meeting is being recorded and it will be shared on our past events page on the website. So I would want to ask you to please remain muted until you're asked to speak. And also because it's being recorded, I just want just to say that if you're still or if you're remaining in the meeting, it means you've given us consent to post everything or to post all the proceedings online. The other thing is that we have a chat box in the Zoom meeting. We'll be happy for you to introduce yourselves. Just tell us who you are and where you're joining us from. You can shave in your email address if you'd like. That's fine. Yeah, and that's me. Over to you, Dorothea. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasim, and welcome to everybody to this new members forum. We found in the past that members of the SMP really like to know who does what and where and with whom in Malawi. And these sort of informal meetings are a really good way of introducing yourselves to existing and new members. It looks like we have quite a few new members today and not as many existing ones, but I'm sure we will manage to introduce ourselves to each other. But I want to first pass on to Stuart Brown, the CEO of the SMP, who will give a bit of an introduction.
Thanks, Dorothea. Hi, everybody. As Dorothea says, I'm Stuart. I'm the current CEO. I've been involved with the Scotland Malawi Partnership, which gets abbreviated to SMP, for about 12 years now. The SMP is a membership network which exists to support, connect, and represent the many individuals and organisations in Scotland that have got dignified people-to-people links with Malawi. Our Malawi-based sister organisation is the Malawi Scotland Partnership, or MASP. We respect all governance structures, but we work as quite a flat structure. Everybody rolls up their sleeves, trustees, members, staff, and just as it takes a whole village to raise a child, as they say, it takes all of us to pitch in and make our network useful, mutually supportive and impactful. Our charitable purpose and our funding from the Scottish Government is focused on the geographies of Scotland and Malawi, but most of our activities nowadays are hybrid, so people can join really from wherever they are. If you're in Malawi, we would encourage you to join our sister organisation MASP first, but you're also welcome to apply to join the SMP. An example of some of our activities: on Monday, we hosted a meeting in Edinburgh City Chambers with Malawi's Minister for Gender, Children, Disabilities and Social Welfare and her delegation. Last Friday and Saturday, we were in Innerleithen near Peebles, helping to tell the stories of members' impactful partnerships through a touring photographic exhibition. You're welcome to anything and everything that we do. We aim to be Malawi-led and member-led, with a membership of around 1,000, a board of 16 volunteer trustees, some of whom are on this call, each with their own strong Scotland-Malawi link, volunteer committees in HR and safeguarding and audit and finance, and a staff team of 6 committed, experienced people. Our aim today is to have a really informal chance, as Dorothea says, for new members to introduce themselves to one another and to existing members. And so let me pass to my colleague, Chad, who is our Deputy CEO. Chad.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. As Stuart said, I'm Chad Morris. I'm the Deputy CEO here at the Scotland Malawi Partnership. Joined the SMP close to 4 years ago. I lived in Malawi from 2000 to 2020 before moving to Scotland. And so found the other side of the coin here in Scotland when I found my home with the SMP. I help lead on our event programming. So traditionally, many of our forums that we have: health, further and higher education, renewables, WASH, schools forums, and so forth, trying to pull those together in the programming to make sure that they're mutually beneficial for everyone in attendance, trying to accommodate, especially when we have Malawi visitors in Scotland who can be with us in person. As Stuart said, everything is hybrid now, but we still encourage many of our events in-person attendance because we find that the engagement much more powerful, but we also want to be able to accommodate all our members and partners, regardless of where they are in Scotland or in Malawi. We also are the secretariat for the cross-party group, Malawi cross-party group at the Holyrood, Scottish Parliament, and program several of those meetings a year. We'll be in a bit of a hiatus on that as we come into the Scottish elections coming up in a month or so. And we're hoping to reconstitute the all-party group in Westminster, which also needs to be reconstituted since those elections. So that'll hopefully be happening in the next couple months. One of my roles is also to support our members and their guests coming over from Malawi if they have any support they need in terms of visas. It can be quite a complicated process. I'm American and my wife's Scottish, so I've had to go through the process for the last 5-6 years of getting my spousal visa and renewing it every couple of years and can really empathize on how the system can be quite confusing. But a lot of our members here in Scotland have their guests obviously come visit. And so we are in a position that we can support those visitor visa applications for our members for their guests. So please get in touch if you're having anyone come visit early. Get in touch with me and I can try to help you with that process. Essentially, we send a support letter to the UKVI review office in Pretoria, separate from the application, basically saying that this applicant is a known partner of our member, and it does seem to help the application a little bit. It's no guarantee, but we've been told that they're quite strong, those support letters. So please get in touch if you'd like that type of assistance. That's obviously for our members only that we are able to issue those support letters. I'll hand over to Mitch, who's our Youth and Schools Officer.
Morning, everyone. My name is Ian Mitchell. I'm acting as a Youth and Schools Officer for the SMP. My role is to engage with schools and youth groups, try and encourage them to think about developing an international partnership with perhaps a school in Malawi or a community in Malawi. But I'm also responsible for going out and spreading the word about SDGs and learning for sustainability in schools. Had a visit to a secondary school on Tuesday. I'm going to a primary school tomorrow. I've got another secondary school on Monday for that. So yeah, I'll do a lot of outreach as regards trying to encourage younger people to think a wee bit more outside the box and think a bit more globally. So I'd care to pass back to Dorothea.
Find my mouse. Thank you. So we do have another 2 members of staff that are not with us here today. We do have Revia Bamusi, who's our finance officer. She works part-time. And Joe Roberts, who is responsible for funding development. I now want to introduce you. I want to ask you to introduce yourselves to the meeting, please. And I'm going to start slightly randomly just on my screen as you come up. So if I could ask Andrew Patterson to please introduce yourself. And I put 2 questions into the chat that may help you. So what are you hoping to gain from the SMP membership and what connections do you hope to make? Andrew.
Hi there, my name's Andrew Patterson. I'm a dentist and academic at the University of Glasgow. My main role at the moment in Malawi is as flying faculty to the Malawi Dental School, supporting the dental school, which I've been doing for some years. I'm also involved with 2 charities, Bridge to Aid and Smilawi, where we've been developing a network of oral health promoters alongside Malawian colleagues in healthcare, so that they have oral health promoters in rural and remote villages, but in northern Malawi, which we're expanding to the rest of the country at the moment. What do I hope to gain? I think it's really lots of positive connections, and for example, some of our oral health promoters have difficulties with getting from really to really remote areas, and things like how to get hold of bicycles to get them to really remote areas to spread decent messages, and what connections in the very wider health area, lots of connections that can enhance particularly oral health in Malawi, which is now one of the government priorities. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Could I now ask Tia to please introduce yourself to the meeting again? What are you hoping to gain from the SMP membership, and what connections do you hope to make? And what's your relationship to Malawi, maybe as well?
Yeah, thank you very much, Dorothea. I'm happy to be here today. My name is Tia Chidote. I originally come from Malawi. I'm based in Aberdeenshire. I work as a clinical nurse manager with drug addiction services in Aberdeenshire here. I am also a chairman for a Malawian UK Nurses Association in Scotland. I am hoping to connect with a lot of health partners in the partnership, including nurses. And more so, my connections are very much to connect with a lot of nursing workforce and other health partners on matters regarding public health and addictions in Malawi as well as Scotland. Thank you.
Thank you, Tia. Hopefully we'll find some health partners or people that we can connect you with. Our website is quite a good means to search members and to search for certain subjects. So if you wanted to go on to the website, you can just put a normal search function, you put health, and everything will come up, and it's itemized in various categories. And also you can just search the membership for health professionals. And if people have been able to or are happy to share their email address, you can find their email address there. But we are also very happy if you get back to us for you to link you up with people that we may think are helpful to introduce you to. And obviously, you're always very welcome to attend any of our health forums as and when they are scheduled. Can I now please ask Janet Walker to introduce yourself to the meeting? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Janet Walker, and I'm a trustee of a charity called Children and Families International Foundation, whose primary project is supporting the development of social work in Malawi, SWIM as an acronym. So we've been working around that particular project for the last 10 years. We've been working with the universities in developing their curriculum, in particular practice education there. We've delivered continuing professional development training alongside colleagues. We've also supported social policy and legislation application, more recently, the new Act on Disability and the new Act on Social Work with Older People. What do we hope to gain from that? Well, we are very excited to be part of a collaboration with a commitment to working alongside colleagues and citizens in Malawi. We hope very much to share our working experiences with you, and also to gain knowledge and understanding from yourselves, and the importance of the work that we do in supporting our colleagues in Malawi. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. You may have seen that we just hosted Honourable Marina Vicha, and we have the event page has been updated, so the recording and the chat that was at that meeting are available now. So you may or may not find that a very helpful resource.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were part of organising the visit, so we're delighted.
Apologies.
No. And met with her on Tuesday. It was a very
okay. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you. Could I ask Anna to introduce herself, please? And the two questions: what are you hoping to gain from SMP membership, and what connections do you hope to make?
Hello, everyone. My name's Anna Bonney. I returned to Scotland in May after working for quite a while with the World Bank. And I've been engaged with Malawi since 2012. I established a memorandum of understanding with the International Development Department in the Scottish Government, where we looked at improving inspection in Malawi. And with the bank, we looked at school leadership, and we trained 11,000 members of staff. Because I'm back in Scotland and I was a member of the SMP in the distant past, I'm delighted to sort of be rejoining again. And obviously, I'm an educationalist through and through, so very interested in. We used to have an international strategy that encouraged schools, as Mitch was describing, to make relationships. We worked with the British Council on that. I think a lot of these things have stopped, so perhaps reinvigorate some of that, and also just very keen to see what's going on. I visited a lot of schools during my time working with Malawi, and just keen to see how education is progressing, and to learn from all the experience and knowledge of the members here. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Again, we had just recently a Youth and Schools Forum, and the recording of that is online as well. And obviously Mitch is here if you want to connect with him here and afterwards by email as well. Could I ask John, please, John Campbell, to introduce yourself to the meeting? Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It's great to be here and connect with all of you. I run and reformed a charity really to look at education for all. We've got a mission to really provide education for marginalized and underserved learners. We're looking at projects across the globe in terms of we've got interests in Cameroon and Rwanda, and my connection with Malawi is through one of my co-founders or senior leaders has got a charity running in Malawi already with a literacy program. I also worked as transformation director in the Scottish Government for 6 years until last year, and the Malawi Partnership was very popular in terms of discussion. So again, there was a link there. And also I'm working with Peter Taki and Tracy to look at a potential program to consider a new course, working with one of the colleges in Malawi to use the learning platform that we've created. So basically, we've got a learning platform that looks at education for all, looks at underserved, marginalized learners, really to make a difference using AI and lots of advanced technology. And our mission is really to support marginalized learners, and that's what I'm looking to gain from this partnership. Is really, is there somewhere we can make a difference in schools across Malawi? It's great to hear on this call, Mitch. We've been trying to contact you for a while, so it would be great to connect in with you on this. And that's me.
Thank you, John. I'm now going to ask, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Pindu?
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm Malawian. I'm currently living in Glasgow. I have just completed my PhD research at University of Strathclyde. And I think being here for the last 4 years, one of the things that struck me, which I didn't know, I wasn't aware of when I was living in Malawi, is how much the Scottish Malawi Partnership does. And so my joining was really just to be part of that, to have a place where I can give back as well. So my research mainly focused on looking at digital literacy and financial literacy in sub-Saharan Africa, and how government policy can be used to kind of bring the marginalized and underserved in the financial sector to access different products and to improve livelihood. So look at some of those things. I actually attended the youth forum that was last week, just so I could appreciate what kind of work goes on and what partnerships are available. And I think one of the things is just want to network and find opportunities where I could use my skills to give back in the arena. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I pass to Marcus, please? Marcus Neen. think you're muted.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I used to be, or I do help with an organization called ZMCP, the Zambia Malawi Partnership. We're doing activities up near Ekwendeni. And having done that for 2 or 3 years, I thought that I needed to build a pipe that could feed Malawi. And I've done that by finding a business partner down in Bangwe beside Blantyre. And we're winning work from India, winning work from the UK, and providing jobs to people, internet-based jobs and hiring people who've never used a laptop in their lives. So that's grown from 1 person a year ago. We're now 8, and we're looking at a project for a Scottish company where we'll take on another 6 people in Malawi. So it's basically working from home, but rather than like Morningside or Bruntsfield, it's called Blantyre and Bangwe. What I hope to gain from the SMP is really just discovering what other people are doing, learning a lot from Dorothea and Chad, particularly on how to do letters of invitation, and really look for more work. So if anyone's giving cash to Malawi, I'd like to convert that into jobs to Malawi, and then they can feed themselves quite happily. And all the profit we make stays in Malawi. So the people who are working for the organization determine where the money goes to in plant trees or scholarships. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. That's all very important work that you're doing, and an interesting take as well. Could I ask, again, apologies if I get the name not quite right, Chigomezgo, to introduce yourself, please?
Thank you very much. My name is Chigomezio Kamanga. I'm currently based in Edinburgh. I'm studying a master's in international law at the University of Edinburgh. What do I hope to gain from SMP? For me, it's building my network and also strengthening my connections here. As a student, definitely looking forward to meeting more Malawians in Scotland and engaging with the SMP on its activities. I understand recently there was an event in Edinburgh. It's just that it clashed with my classes, but I would have loved to also be part of that. So that's my main desire. And on the legal aspect, if there are any activities that are relating to do with law reforms or strengthening the rule of law or anything relating to the legal fraternity, I would also be very interested in that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And can I now ask Magdalene to please introduce yourself? And are you ready? So you're muted. Maybe meanwhile, can I ask the person who joined on their phone? They come up as Samsung. Would you mind telling us who you are, and then I can invite you to speak? Otherwise, I won't really ask a phone to speak, I'm afraid. Okay. Magdalene, are you happy to introduce yourself?
Yes, okay. I'm Magdalene Sacrani, currently living in Oxfordshire, and but married for 60 years to Aziz Sacrani, a Malawian Asian, and he sadly died a couple of years ago. But when we lived in Scotland for 30 years, we were always fundraising for the Children's Fund of Malawi and supporting the family in Malawi who were running the tutor orphanage, which then Margriet Sacrani in Malawi built Malata, Green Malata, a training village. I don't know if anybody's been to visit there. but it was for the orphans as they got older. It was providing a training and a vocational and possibility of work and returning to village with something that would give them a livelihood. So Mahri has now handed over to somebody else at Green Malata, which is on the Chiolo Road. I haven't actually ever been to visit there because I haven't been to Malawi since 2009. But I wrote this book, which was part of the photo exhibition, and sell it for funds towards different projects still in Malawi. And the other day, I met somebody here in our village in Oxfordshire whose brother has just been nominated as a member of parliament for Nsanje Southwest. And she very much wants support. So I wrote to Stuart, thank you very much for your advice, Stuart. And her brother, who's called Walter Manda, this newly elected MP in Nsanje, has been put in touch with the water charity, because of course provision of clean water is #1 priority. And I just wanted to join the forum today because anything that's going to advance somebody like Walter, who's newly committed to his job as making things better for all his constituents in Nsanje, and anything I can do by way of raising funds through Tales from African Dreamtime, the book I wrote in 2006. I'm interested in all partnerships everywhere.
Thank you, Magdalene. That's very interesting as well. And I realized that I missed her. Unfortunately, I was going to give Sally Ray the opportunity to introduce herself. She's one of our board members, but unfortunately, it looks like she had to leave. So I am sorry, we don't have actually any board member on the call today, and not many existing members, but lots of new members. We also have 2 people on the call I don't think are members yet. Would you like to say how you came to be interested in this or in this event, and why you joined the event? Maybe I'll start with Ntamendeni. And apologies again if I got it wrong. You're muted. Yeah.
Okay. I have tried pronouncing it well, so don't worry about that. I am currently a PhD student at Robert Gordon University. I joined last year, September, and I have been teaching at the University of Malawi in the area of ceramics, which at the Department of Fine Arts, which used to be part of Fine and Performing Arts Department before the universities became independent. So my area of specialization has been in the crafts, arts, and the theory of the arts, art history, and the like. So along the way, I also developed an interest in indigenous pottery. And now my research area is, indigenous knowledge in the pottery, ceramics, pottery practice as cultural preservation. And this is also linked to food culture. And I am aware that most Malawians, even in this meeting, may agree with me that some of the recipes, food types, food or meals that have been part of the culture, no longer, a common place to see in but domestic food preparations and the like. That is also linked to the decline. So I have observed, and that is my interest as a cultural preservation, through designing forms, pottery forms, to see how that could contribute to the preservation of cultural heritage in Malawi. So I am interested in this partnership, to find ways of collaborations in terms of culture. As a student in Scotland, I am based in Aberdeen, by the way. So anything really that would foster the progress of my research through this partnership is really going to be invaluable. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have two things that I kind of remembered during other presentations as well. So one thing is, maybe I can ask Chad or Stuart to talk a bit more about the Malawian Scholars in Scotland initiative that we have. And for those of you who are based around Aberdeen, Aberdeenshire, we are coming up to Aberdeenshire with our travelling photo exhibition that Magdalene was also referring to. And if you are able to, it would be fantastic to see you in Inverurie at the Geary Heritage Centre, spelt completely differently. Again, I can now pronounce this one, but it took me a while. That's on the Saturday, the 14th of March, and it's going to be from between 10 and 4 p.m. But you can find all our upcoming events on our website, and we'll probably refer back to it later. So I now see Sally is here. So maybe Sally, could you please introduce yourself as well?
Sorry, I disappeared for a while. I'm Sally Ray. I co-lead a school trip to Malawi. We go every year in October, 44 students. We've been going since 2012. We have lots of help from the SMP for various tasks to do with the school trip, letters and invitations and all sorts. Our main focus is education, and we have a number of school partnerships over in Malawi, but we also have links with healthcare partners, environment, and some enterprise streams as well now. Always happy to help and work closely with Mitch, who are very grateful for his input, but happy to work with other schools if they're keen to lead a trip or get one started. Really positive experience for our students.
Thank you, Sally. And could I ask Mildred, I'm afraid I haven't given you the chance yet to introduce yourself. Would you mind introducing yourself to the group and maybe say what you would hope to gain from SMP membership and what connections you're hoping to make?
She disappeared and is just coming back in. So I might have to give her a second, and she might have missed your invitation to speak.
Mildred mentioned in chat a little bit about her context, but also said that she wasn't able to introduce herself by video. So maybe coming back in, she'll be able to, but perhaps not.
Mildred, I don't know if you can hear us. Yeah, if you were able to introduce yourself, you don't need to put your video on if you're just able to speak. Thank you. Apologies.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Dorothea. So my name is Mildred Tira. I work with the WHO region office. I was firstly in Congo Brazzaville. I worked there for 2 years, and then right now I'm working with the WHO region office, the hub, emergency hub in Senegal. But right now I'm in Malawi. I'm working remotely. I'm also Malawian, so I'm home. So I've been involved with a number of initiatives, more especially, as I mentioned, on One Health, women entrepreneurship, and also community development. So there are some projects, community projects to get all the animals that are just roaming around to create an animal home. So I've been involved with this initiative. So joining Malawi Scotland partnerships, I just look forward to more collaboration on these areas. Any projects on community development, resources mobilization for One Health projects, and also entrepreneurship, more especially for women. So I am a project manager and I'm also an administrator. I look forward to knowing more about the organization as we go, and also interacting more with our partners and also the members of MSP. Thank you very much, Alpha.
Thank you, Mildred. That's very insightful. Can I, as you say that you are actually currently based in Malawi, you may wish to join the Malawi Scotland Partnership in the first place, and then you could also join the Scotland Malawi Partnership. But you may want to connect with our sister organization in Malawi in the first place. We'll link you to their websites.
Okay, that's very great. I did not know. I just saw this one on LinkedIn.
Yes, no, we're very glad to have you here, and I'm sure you will make connections here that will help you with MASP as well.
All right, thank you. Bye.
So does anybody else still have some? Oh, actually, yes, yeah. So Chad or Stuart, would you mind explaining a bit about MSS?
No, that's fine, Dorothea. I've just put in the chat the most recent the Malawi Scholars in Scotland kind of initiative is an extension of our Further and Higher Education Forum. We increasingly have been identifying that there's many Malawi scholars studying in Scotland at different universities. And so under the kind of the umbrella of our Further and Higher Education Forum, trying to connect those scholars at different events. The most recent one we had, I think, was in the autumn, where some of our members who Mitch has worked with hand in hand with, that were postgraduate students from Malawi working on some SDG materials for schools, shared their experience of moving to Scotland, studying in Scotland, and some pointers. Nassim, our comms officer, being also a scholar who came to Scotland. So I'll definitely note your email addresses from your registration today and send you contact. But if in general, for all students, whether they be primary, secondary, or postgraduate students, membership to the Scotland Malawi Partnership is free, which is hopefully while some of you joined us. And we basically, as we said, we're member-led. So trying to, any ideas you have in terms of networking or support that the Scotland Malawi Partnership can help you in your academics and your even social engagement in Scotland. And like Dorothea said, I've noted at least 2 people in the meeting are in Aberdeenshire. So not only are you welcome to our open house on the 14th next Saturday, but we'll make sure you get an invitation to the Friday evening. We're having a bit of a reception, a previewing event, which you'd be most welcome to as well. But yeah.
Chad. Oh, sorry, Stuart.
Sorry, apologies. Just to chip in as well, Chigo Mezco mentioned interest in connecting with more Malawians in Scotland. So we've put into the chat the Association of Malawians in Scotland, the lead diaspora group in Scotland, who I'm sure would love to hear from you. And also to signpost to an event that we had before where Malawians who are either studying in Scotland now or have done so and returned to Malawi, shared pointers on what to expect and things to think about. So that's pasted into chat as a potential resource as well.
Well, I think we're coming towards the end of this meeting. It was really interesting when I looked at your biographies before the meeting. I kind of thought, oh, there's a lot of education, but actually it's not just that. We had health involvement. We have quite a few Malawian scholars in Scotland as well. And it's just always really interesting to hear what it is you do. And hopefully we have been able to give you some links here in this group, but we'll put descriptions of what it is you do onto the past events webpage. So Again, you can look it up there. Please note also that when you do add information to your membership profile, that's really helpful for us, but also for everybody else out there, because if they just type in your name plus Malawi, they come up as one of the first hits onto our website. So that's one of the benefits of being a member of the SMP. There are many other benefits, which I'm now not going to enumerate here, but you can read them up on the website and we can link you with people. There's educational resources as well. And you now know who we are, so don't hesitate to get in touch and speak to us. I will now, and obviously if you're not a member yet, but would like to join, then you can always join us as well. But as we say, if you're based in Malawi, it's best to join MASP, our sister organisation, in the first place, but then you're more than welcome to join us too, obviously. And most of our meetings and events are open to everybody to join. You don't need to be a member, but obviously we're always very delighted to have new members as well. I'm now going to pass on to Nasim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothea, and thank you for everyone for joining. Just to also share a few things. I'm sure, yeah, you've heard about the website, some resources that you can find there, but there's also another means of communication that we use to make sure that we keep our members updated on what's going on. That's updated on the news in Malawi, things that are happening here, things that SMP is doing in terms of events. We do have a weekly newsletter that goes out every Friday. So if you haven't signed up to that yet, I would encourage you to sign up for the newsletter. It's a great resource to know all the things that are happening. And if you're also our members, if you have something that you want to share about your work, we are more than happy to amplify your voices using that newsletter. So we can add your content, we can share so that other members are able to know what you are doing in Malawi and support your work in any other way that they can do. And it will also contain our upcoming events and links that will lead you to our website if you'd want to sign up to more events as well. So all these things are usually in the newsletter. And if you missed the newsletter as well, we have an archive page on the website. So on the website, if you go on our website on newsletters, you'll be able to see the past newsletters that you would be interested in, just to have to look up and to them and see. Yeah, so that is us. And the other event that we have coming up has already been talked about in Varuri, and we're hoping to see you, the ones in Aberdeenshire. I'm Malawian as well, so it would be nice to just catch up with you guys. Since we're here in Glasgow, it's easier to meet up a few people. I've met up Chigo as well in Edinburgh. It's easier to meet her as well. But yeah, for you guys in Aberdeenshire, it would be nice to just have you and to connect while in Aberdeenshire. So it was lovely meeting everybody this morning. Now it's afternoon, and we'll have a cute walk as well. So if you're more than happy to just walk, if you don't love walking, that's still fine. You can come and walk. We'll be there to support you walking. So there's also a cute walk that's gonna be happening in Glasgow. There's another one in Edinburgh, in Dundee as well. So hopefully we will see you all at some point and meet in person. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Dorothea. Thank you, everybody, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Have a good.
Nice to meet you all.
Yes.
Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're muted.
Sorry, according to my notes, what was it? It was Tia and Empton Denny, who are both Aberdeen based. So I think go ahead and invite them to the Friday evening. We're not,
Yeah.
if they'd like to come, just as long as we know. So it's the same thing, come Friday, and if you can't make it, please join us on Saturday during the open house thing. So be nice to Inverurie for some Aberdonians is like, ooh, the sticks, but it's just depends on transport too. It's a little bit
Remind
harder.
me his name. What was his name again? I've
Who,
written him down.
Mtamdeni.
Oh, yeah.
And Tia.